So I just figured out that liberals and leftists don't mean the same thing. For real, calm me down, okay? I thought that liberals, leftists, and Democrats were interchangeable, and it was just like all an umbrella term for Democrats, right?
I love that video so much. I just wish people were as understanding as her when being told that. A lot of people don't mean any harm, but still get it real confused, so might as well make a video. So leftist is an umbrella term, but for stuff like communism, socialism, anarchism, right, Marxist-Leninism, but the left wing, globally, not just talking about American politics, starts at socialism, all right? It is inherently anti-capitalist. I want you to watch this clip from The Daily Show.
Look, capitalism is by definition exploitative. It's how it operates. That's fine. But
whoa, brother, no, it's not fine. Nothing about exploitation is fine. Right now, you might consider Jon Stewart to be a liberal, right? Left-wing, right? A Democrat. Two of those things are true, but liberals aren't left-wing, right? They don't see capitalism as something we need to get rid of. Maybe something where we have a problem here and a problem there, but nothing we can't fix, right? Which is their business. Hey, but like he said, capitalism is inherently exploitative. It can't exist without a lower class. Hence, it can't exist without exploitation of that lower class. Hence, it can't exist without slavery, which was never abolished, because then capitalism wouldn't be able to thrive. We use child slave labor from other countries, Central American child sweatshops, Congo, and thanks to the 13th Amendment, we use prison slave labor from right here in our own backyards. Liberals tend to focus more on optics and PR and how things appear, which is why the only thing that really sets them apart from conservatives are social issues, the things you can see, right? Not the things we do as a country, but who we allow to partake in those particular activities. Why would we have hard conversations about the imperialism and terror we spread across the globe through our military when we could just fight for queer folks and women to also spread that terror? Why would you disrupt the status quo or the existence of the empire when the selling point could just be having faces of color represent you in that empire? Liberals tend to not want to change much outside of social issues, right? They say they do, but Malcolm X said it best, wolves in sheep's clothing, right? They like to cosplay revolution, right? They'll hate the person when they're alive, but then build statues and give them a holiday when they're dead. But all in all, the empire would never let something that challenged it, truly challenged it, hold power within it. So, great rule of thumb for figuring out where you lie, socialism, okay? None of that half-baked shit. True blue, through and through socialism, okay? If you have any sort of problem with any aspect of that, then you're not left-wing, all right? You might be on the left wing of the American bald eagle, but that bald eagle has a nest on the far right side of town. So, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Don't say nothing about my hair. I'm letting my scalp breathe today. But near enough, all media is political, especially film and TV. I don't care what anybody says. In my entire life, if I've ever tried to think of any shows that have actual true left-leaning representation in the writer's room, hand to God, the only show that ever comes to mind is The Boondocks. If not that, they are always villains. Off the top of my head, a couple of villains from The Legend of Korra, that mess from Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But I'm binge watching this latest season of Invincible, and I'm 3 episodes in, and I haven't seen anyone talk about it like this, but they make one of the main characters take a very radical, reformist approach when it comes to villains. I mean, that's the easy way of saying it. It's a little more muddy than that. And you know what? Reform isn't even a good word. Rehabilitative is better. And people agree with him. Like, I am not used to seeing that because he's definitely framed as the villain in the moment. Granted, the writing is actually good, so it's not that black and white. But a reformist, like radical rehabilitation of bad guys on my American television, my fascist American television in 2025? And then I just watched episode 3, and we opened the episode with a bank robbery from the robber's perspective. I didn't even get 10 frames into the episode because I'ma always sympathize with my fellow man. I was like, here we go with the no-name villains again. Like, they could be robbing this bank for any reason under the sun. They are people too. They have lives too. Watch no civilians even get hurt. Maybe if we had systems in place to take care of people's basic human needs, nobody would feel the need to do stuff like this, But watch our heroes come in, turn these guys to mush for daring to take what these big banks have already stolen from the common folk and probably have insured in the first place. They ain't gonna miss that money. I was sitting here ready to be like, poor bank robbers, RIP. But to my surprise, I was right. And the show starts framing them in a very sympathetic light. Sad music, there's no dialogue the entire time. Affection, emotion. They're a gay couple being pushed out of their neighborhood because rent keeps increasing and no one's paying a livable wage. And the show shows you this. The opener of this episode is literally white gay set it off. And like we finally get to see our heroes painted in more of a cop light in the literal sense of protecting property over people. We rarely get to see a left-leaning perspective in TV at all. Not liberal, left-leaning. And when we do, it's always villainized. Except the Boondocks. Oh, fuck, I forgot to even mention the first episode's villain. Like, why I even wanted to make this video. Doc Seismic, whose whole thing is, like, wanting to tear down oppressive structures. He went to school and studied, like, women's history and, like, black history. He tried tearing down Mount Rushmore and all that. Like, he's for the people. I know he's more of a joke, but no. He almost beat them in the last episode, like in the first episode. So, I hope we get more out of that character. But yeah, all that from a show like this, in just 3 episodes. Like, is there light at the end of this tunnel? Might there be a shift in the medium one day? Might Hollywood not demonize leftists one day? Like, is everybody's head finally coming out their asses? Like, look, I know I'm reaching, but just let me dream, okay? And just some rapid fire character takes it in the video. I really do hope that he takes out Mount Rushmore at some point. Native people have been very clear about how they feel about that. I am a Doc Seismic supporter, okay? I don't care how cartoonishly evil they make him. I am a stan. And speaking of cops, get it off my screen. Get it out of my face. I never liked it. He would have killed the gay couple from the beginning if he had the chance. And then I would have had to hop through the TV to whoop his ass. Y'all would have seen me in the episode. I hate Oliver. I'm sorry. Ever since we were introduced to him, I have hated him. I don't want to see him anymore. And to this bitch, look, I'm not looking forward to the obvious redemption arc. Okay, I know what I said about reform and rehab, but even I have a limit. Gonna close out last season talking about some I miss my wife? The same wife you called your pet in front of the world? Big Deborah better not never get no powers throughout this show, because I hope she kills him. Anyway, let me know if y'all want me to review the rest of the season, because I will.